Hello to all you cinephiles out there.
What's up?
Today we're going to be reviewing the... Seriously, dude?
What?
You know what movie we're reviewing today? And you have to wear this shirt?
Well, oh, okay, dude, look.
That is disgraceful.
Hey, man, look, all my other Marvel shirts are dirty right now. It's the only clean thing I had on today. It's laundry day for me, man. And you think about it this way, it's a nice joke. You know what I mean?
Look, the difference... That movie sucks. This movie, as you're about to see, I
agree.
won't spoil it for you.
Compared to this movie, compared to Infinity War, this movie does suck. I agree, but it's not a big deal. I don't need to be. Come on, man. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal.
You really want to say that it's not that big of a deal?
Why are you shaking that at me?
You know why?
You wouldn't.
Oh, you don't think that with that shirt on? Change. You better change. You better tell me you're gonna change.
I double dog dare you. Oh!
I'll do this review myself. Hello to all you cinephiles out there. You okay, dude?
I'm fine. Is this okay?
It's good enough. Like I said, Infinity War is out. It's finally here, and we're gonna review it. And you know what? We're gonna warn you firsthand. This is gonna be a spoiler review because there is a lot in this movie, and I just feel like we can't really do a good review if we don't let out a few spoilers.
This movie was off the chain insane. This movie was something. This movie like rattled me. It was an insane Marvel movie. Well, one thing you have to like look at it as is that I know there's a lot of like film purists out there that are going, just another, colossal, over the top Marvel film. And no, it's not. It's a really damn good movie. No, this movie, like, you have to like understand the story they were trying to tell. For the story they were trying to tell, on the magnitude and scale they were trying to tell it, it works. It's a really good movie. It takes place on, like, the story, takes you on this. It bounces you back and forth between several different planets all across the galaxy. Two major fights happen in the third act of the movie, and they both take place on two different planets. And they are both colossal. They're both like colossal, insane fights. I will actually say this: if I have to choose between which fight I liked better, the fight on Earth in Wakanda or the fight on Titan with Thanos, I'm not to go with the fight on Titan with Thanos.
Yeah, that was
good. Lord, I did not.
That was pretty intense.
Oh my God! Like, I honestly thought that the fight. I didn't doubt that the fight on Titan, I didn't know it was gonna be on Titan. Actually, I thought what we saw in the trailers of that part of the movie was like a decimated New York City, but no, it takes place on Titan, Thanos' home world. And I honestly thought, like, going into this, that I thought, okay, well, this is gonna be like a cool part of the movie, but I was for sure I was gonna like the Wakanda battle more. However, that was not the case. I liked the Wakanda battle a lot, a whole lot, but I liked the Titan battle more. Like, that was insane. Oh my God! Like, can I put this down now?
Yeah, sure. That people know that you sinned already.
Oh God.
Look, yeah, I agree. I mean, that Titan fight was just, look, the fact that the whole part of that fight was like, hey, don't let him close his fist, and they're struggling for them to like not close his fist, and he's like wrecking shop, and they're using every which way. They're using magic to not close his hand. Spider-Man's shooting webs at his hand. Iron Man's got like a metal technology thing. Eventually Mantis gets on top of his head and just tries to put him to sleep, but he's like in a coma, rather, not really coma, but just like in a hypnotized state or whatever.
I am so surprised at how some of, like, honestly, like, Thanos was a little more underpowered than I expected, but he was still extremely extremely powerful with especially with the gauntlet, and as he got more and more of the stones. But starting off, like, I was rather shocked at how some of the Avengers were actually able to go toe to toe with him, even on their own. Even though like he still like beat them, even though he still beats them in the end. But like it was surprising to me how I really thought from the trailers and everything, I really thought that none of the Avengers would like be able to stand against him alone. But there was a couple who still put up a fight. It was interesting to see how like all the other Avengers, when you see the other Avengers fight him or try to go up against him, and they all just go down real fast, and then you see it's shocking it's just interesting because Titan had some more of our power players as far as like the superheroes go. You had Spider-Man with the Iron Spider outfit, and then you had of course you had Tony with like his new like godlike Iron Man suit,
right?
And then there's of course Doctor Strange, whose powers have grown some since his movie.
Yeah.
And oh my God, when it came down to Strange and Thanos going at it, oh my God, that's probably my favorite part of that battle on Titan is them fighting, because like Doctor Strange got a little crazy with his powers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane.
Yeah.
But I still like how Thanos still overpowered him and was like, you're full of a lot of tricks, and I was like, ah, dang it.
Right. Well, even then, it's like when this movie opens up, you realize just how much of a threat Thanos is taking on the Hulk, and the fact that one of his henchmen was like, let him have his fun. With the Hulk.
I was shocked we got a Hulk Thanos fight scene in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Hulk comes in and you're just like, damn, it's getting real all of a sudden. It beats him down and KOs him.
Yeah.
Like the only other thing in the Marvel universe, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that has KO'd Hulk, I believe, was the Hulkbuster. That's it. That's the only thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that has KO'd the Hulk. The only other thing that's come close in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was Abomination, but we can barely even count that movie anymore because it feels so different from everything else they've got going on now. The thing is that and then Hulk refuses to fight for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Like Thanos like scared the Hulk.
The shit out of Hulk.
Hulk is like afraid now, and I'm really hoping that comes back full circle in the part 2 movie. And I'm sure there's gonna be a great moment where Hulk's gonna come back and he's gonna fight Thanos again.
Direct shot.
But at the same time, like the whole thing with Thor was interesting because I didn't. Well, granted, apparently Thor tried fighting Thanos as soon as Thanos invaded the ship, but he beat Thor down a lot, and we didn't really see we didn't get to see that fight. We didn't really get to see a full-on fight with Thor and Thanos, even though one apparently happened. We got to see Thor get some payback for Thanos at the end, but like it wasn't. You can't really constitute that as a fight scene, I don't think. Like a final attack from Thor or something. I don't know. But it's interesting because in Thor Ragnarok, Thor lost his hammer and everything, but apparently he unlocked his true power. He was able to unleash it. He was able to like finally rely solely on his lightning, and supposedly that makes the movie implied that Thor was able to finally just not rely so much on the hammer, but use his lightning and unleash it and make it more powerful. Well, this movie makes you think otherwise. Like Thor is all like, I need a weapon now. I need a weapon similar to my hammer. And I don't know whether this new weapon, Stormbreaker, that he got is stronger than Mjolnir. I don't know, but whatever. Apparently Thor needs a new weapon, and whatever, it worked for him. I mean, like, I guess if he wants a weapon, that's fine. But he has a new hammer and everything. I like how they're evolving Thor. But I don't want them to take him all the way back to what he looked like before. Like give him Mjolnir back and everything. I don't know if they're going to reforge Mjolnir at some point. I really don't. In my opinion, I don't think they should.
I mean, this new weapon, Stormbreaker, has the ability to make his own Bifrost. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, Mjolnir didn't have that ability.
That's why he was able to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. I forgot that thing that Heimdall does. Is it Heimdall?
Heimdall?
Heimdall.
Yeah.
I forgot that thing that Heimdall does is called the Bifrost. I forgot that it was called that. And now that makes sense, because the second time I watched it, he made it very clear, apparently he can do a Bifrost thing. And that, because I was wondering, like, how the hell does Thor get there? But now that makes so much sense.
I mean, look, one of the big surprising things to me was seeing Red Skull again.
Oh God, this movie threw like 2 surprise, like people in that we were not expecting. One was Peter Dinklage as like the dwarf forger on Nidavellir.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think I got it the second time I watched it. It's like Nidavellir or something. Yeah, and he's this big giant dwarf, and at first you can't see who it is when he appears, but then soon enough you're like, oh, it's Peter Dinklage. It's Jamie Lannister. I demand trial by combat. Anyways, yeah, it was just that was a delight just to see Peter Dinklage in the Marvel Universe now, even as just some side character who forges things from the start. That's just amazing.
Everybody thought he was going to voice one of the children of Thanos.
Oh yeah,
there he is.
Was it confirmed that he was going to be in this or something?
Yeah, he was confirmed.
Oh,
they didn't know what he was playing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything about that. But yeah, for me, and I guess him, the biggest surprise was seeing Red Skull again in this movie. Oh, yeah, we finally figured out Red Skull's alive! Boom, all you people, Red Skull is alive! He didn't die in Captain America First Avenger. I knew it! Y'all should have known it! Boom! Yeah. No, the Tesseract banished him into space or whatever, and he's been banished to, like, what was it called? Vormir?
Yeah, Vormir.
A planet where the Soul Stone resides. And I guess now he is just destined to watch over it for some reason. It's kind of vague. He goes over why he's there. He goes over how he got there and why he's there. It's a little vague, but you're just kind of like, okay, I'll accept that, but I don't fully understand it. And I would love for them to go into more detail on it, and maybe not the next movie, but like a future movie. Which is why, like, God, the fact that he is like known to be back, almost makes me hope they're gonna keep Chris Evans around for Captain America for like future sequels. Because
the way I read it, because I mean he's floating like in a Green Reaper type before we know it's Red Skull. The way I read it and the way I looked it up is that he got he transported to the Vormir planet, found another Soul Keeper or whatever, that Gatekeeper or Stone Keeper, whatever that character is supposed to be, found him. Stone Keeper told the same thing Red Skull told to Thanos, that if you want the Soul Stone you have to sacrifice something you love. And maybe Red Skull was like, oh fuck you, I'm gonna get it anyway, and he killed himself, and he became in this purgatory state, being like this kind of ghost or whatever, not half ghost or half human still. And he's the new Stone Keeper. So
when someone tries to take the stone without sacrificing anything, they actually take up that burden themselves and release the person who was the previous. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I liked how his they kind of fooled us for a bit. I like how Hugo Weaving slightly disguised his voice by he made sure he sounded like Red Skull, but he lost the German accent. And that made sense considering the guy has spent like decades upon decades upon decades in space.
Yeah.
And for a while we didn't know who it was. We couldn't really tell, but for the sound of his voice. And then as like we realize it's Red Skull and we know it's Hugo Weaving, we start to hear that voice because we're listening for it.
What's funny though, it actually wasn't Hugo Weaving.
What?
Yeah.
It sounded a little bit like him.
It sounded like him, but
it's not Hugo Weaving?
No, somebody a review I saw, somebody on the credits said, I looked, it's not Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. But whoever, I forgot, but whoever did Red Skull did pretty damn good impression.
They did.
Of his voice. But yeah, which leads into Gamora's death.
That is one of the most tense scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
Because you know it's coming. People who know about the comics and how the Infinity War comic ends, they know Thanos is going to get all the stones. I knew it. He knew it. Many of the people I knew it. We all knew Thanos is going to get all the stones in this movie. He's going to snap his fingers and it's all over. Yeah. We all knew that was going to happen because we all know this is part one of a bigger story, and the part two of it is coming out next year. Everyone should have known this by now. It's been like big news. You'd almost would have had to been hiding under a rock not to know about it. Thanos, oh dear God, I mean,
she's taunting him, saying like, "Oh, you don't love anything."
Yeah. Whenever Red Skull says, you have to give up something you love. You have to lose something you love.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice what you love. It's like what you love most or whatever. And she starts, and then he's just like silent. Thanos just goes silent, and Gamora starts to laugh, but there is like no music. You can barely hear anything. You only hear the wind. It throws her off. The thing is that this is what makes Thanos such a great villain.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, he is the best Marvel villain as far as like the MCU has shown us.
Yep.
Thanos is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain yet. He is the best because he is complex. He's not pure evil. Believe it or not, I don't even know if he's evil technically. Because he is doing what he thinks is right. He actually, this movie shows that he feels, that he cares, that he is generous, and that he wants to help. But he's doing it in his own way.
Yeah. And
he's not going to let anybody stop him. So when he meets opposition, he puts it down hard. I mean, it sucks. A lot of our heroes are dead, and I want them all back too.
Right.
But like, Thanos has this is weird. I might get scrutinized for this. This is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Thanos has solved the problem. He did it in an awful way. It was an awful solution, but it was a solution nonetheless. Should they reverse everything just so they can spite him and be like, no, we're gonna do things our way? I don't know. I don't care. I do want our heroes back. I want them to reverse everything and stop Thanos. I do want that. But it's like, when you look at the grand picture of things, you're just like, I get it. I get why he did it.
I mean, you know, if you're into movie news and you know the comics and stuff, you know that a lot of these characters are coming back. But even still, seeing them turn to dust or whatever, it's still kind of like, oh shit.
The only deaths that kind of I'm getting to it. Not him yet though. The only other deaths that kind of did anything for me, just kind of like I felt a little something, was Groot's kind of. Only because Rocket kind of was like, no. Groot, Wanda, and but surprisingly, Bucky didn't do nothing for me. But like, I understood why Cap reacted the way he did.
Yeah.
It was more like absolute shock and disbelief of what he has just seen happen. Because I'm sorry, if you're gonna see someone turn to dust in front of you, you're just gonna be like stunned for a moment.
Right.
You're not gonna burst into tears right away, especially if you don't understand what just happened. The problem is that the thing is that Rocket kind of knew what was happening.
Thanks to Gamora.
Yeah.
The story.
Yeah, Rocket knew what was happening, and he probably saw a couple of other people go down in the dust, and he realized what happened to Groot. He knew Groot was leaving, and he was like, and some people went very fast, some people went slowly, and they on Titan, the only other deaths I kind of felt anything for was like, oh God, what's his name? Drax, a little bit. I'm talking like a smidge, like I barely felt anything. These are the ones I'm mentioning that I actually did kind of feel something. But the one that actually did get me, really got me, was Spider-Man. Peter's death, it got me. And it was like the best of them. Just because of the way they did it. He falls into Tony's arms. He's crying. He's saying, I don't want to go. And Tony's like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And then he says, I'm sorry. And then Peter says, I'm sorry. And then he just turns to dust.
Josh Brolin. You did a damn good job at playing Thanos.
Man, I almost want to get him nominated. I almost hope he's nominated for an Oscar for this performance. This, okay, you know, maybe not a nomination, but like, right. Dude, something. Dude, I don't know, like some sort of like, you know, some sort of like superhero. It was like best supervillain of the year award. I don't know, man.
Maybe an MTV award. I don't know.
Oh yeah, MTV something. This needs some recognition of some kind. It's amazing. This performance is incredible.
I mean, you know, we've been building Thanos since 2012 after Avengers, and technically the one at the end credit scene for Avengers wasn't even rolling at the time, but you've been building Thanos till now, and everybody had this qualm, was like, oh, we're building this guy, he's supposed to be the big villain, what if he's not?
There's no way. There was no way. All you people that had doubts, how could you? Shame on you. This is dumb when you think about these people. I don't understand how all of you could have had doubts about this guy.
Also, with the end credit scene, it makes me excited for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, okay, whenever that popped up, the symbol popped up, I was like, what's that supposed to be? And then people started hooting and hollering, and I was like, I don't know what it is. And then the line showed up and the colors, I was like, oh, it's Captain Marvel. Okay.
I was the same way. I was like, oh, I don't know what that is yet.
Yeah.
And then the colors popped up and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so like we said, the performances were great. Of course, Josh Brolin was the standout. This was Thanos' movie. This is part 1 of Infinity War. We don't know what the title is for Avengers 4. We have a big hunch that is Infinity Gauntlet, but until that's confirmed, it's anyone's guess. But can't wait to see Captain Marvel, see how that plays into the grand scheme of the whole MCU and stuff. So, yeah, this movie was amazing. I look forward to seeing it again and again and crying my eyes out every time.
Who had the best entrance appearance?
Oh man, I love Thor, Rocket, and Groot coming on the scene of
Wakanda. That was good, man.
But Cap also was
Cap's entrance in the movie is the exact same from the trailer, and man, it was like, yeah, Cap, baby, yeah. Some people were still excited for whenever Iron Man, the nanotech suit came on. That was amazing. Man, I had a feeling that suit was godlike or something.
I'm actually really excited for the Cap and Iron Man to actually have a coming together moment and actually forgive each other.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting if and when we finally see that.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we will. But I like how it was still it wasn't swept under the rug. I like how it was still a problem in this movie. Like Tony was like, Cap and I fell out hard, and it's not that easy to call him.
Yeah.
This movie had a lot of did a lot of things well as far as continuity goes. The Russos saw to that. They made sure they called up the writers and directors of all the other movies. All the other movies other than Winter Soldier and Civil War is what they did. They made sure they called up all the other writers and directors and made sure they asked them questions, compared notes, made sure they got the continuity right. And because that's what the Russos brothers do. They care about the fans, they care about making great movies, which is the great combination you need. Infinity War rocks. It's my favorite Marvel movie, and I'm probably gonna go see it again tomorrow with my folks. If I had to rate it, I would say 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. 9 out of 10, 4 out of 5 Infinity Gloves. This movie was awesome. Very emotional. Like I said, I know like a lot of these people are coming back, but still seeing your heroes that you like fade away is still crazy to me. But and I'm excited for Avengers 4 and all the rest of the Marvel movies. So let us know in the comments below what was your favorite moment of Infinity War. What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? So don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And until next time,
come back, bitch! Bam! I love you, Mjolnir. We're out. No, let's try that.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Sorry, I know that surprised you.
Right.
Alright. Just in case, I guess.